Okay, this is part two of the comparison between Michael Jordan and LeBron James, or LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, their first 7 years. So as I was saying, Michael Jordan scored 63 points in Game 2 in Boston. They lost both games. The game he scored 49, and the game he scored 63. But but despite the loss, the two losses, they end up getting swept. The Bulls end up getting swept by like I said, the eventual champs, Boston Celtics. Everybody knew, everybody was put on notice that this kid is for real. Okay, when you come in and do that to the Boston Celtics in the Garden, this guy was something special. So his third year in the league, Michael Jordan, they lost in the playoffs again. Didn't get too far. His fourth year in the league, they lost to the Detroit Pistons, and that's when they started to really, the Chicago Bulls wise, they started to come along and say, okay, we want to win a championship, because we have a very, very special player. Fourth year, like I said, they lost to the Detroit Pistons in I believe it was 1987-88 season, and then in his 88-89 season, they lost to the Pistons again, 4-2. The year before, they lost 4-1. The next year after that, they lost 4-3 to the Pistons. So they lost to the same team 3 years in a row. A lot of people would think that would deter Michael Jordan or deter somebody from, keep going. But Michael Jordan was driven by basketball. That was his life. That was his competitive nature. And that's the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And I'll get into that in a little while. And so finally, in his seventh season, he got over the hump. He not only beat the Pistons, but he swept the Pistons. The series before the Pistons, they beat the Knicks 3-0. They beat the first round they beat the Knicks 3-0, and then they beat the Sixers 4-1, and then they beat the Pistons 4-0, and then they went on to face the Magic Johnson-led Lakers and beat them 4 games to 1 to win his first title in 7 years. He was 28 years old when he did that. So his first 7 years was a lot of ups and downs for Michael Jordan. Individually, everything was up. He won everything. I mean, MVPs, All-Star Game MVPs, Slam Dunk champions back-to-back, scoring titles. I mean, leading the league in steals, first-team defense, first-team offense. I mean, everything. He was everything. All NBA. Michael Jordan was everything. He had everything, but he didn't have the title. And finally, in his 7th year, he got the monkey off his back. Now, let's fast forward to LeBron James. That is what he's being compared to right now. And I'm going to tell you folks, it's not fair. Because LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo, whoever you want, they're not Michael Jordan. None of them. Now, I know what the league and all the fans want to do. They want to find another Michael Jordan, and rightfully so. I mean, Michael Jordan gave us the best basketball we've probably ever seen, and he gave us the feeling that, hey, we can accomplish anything if we put our mind to it. But, Michael Jordan's a very, very unique individual, and I'll get into that in a second. But now LeBron James has been in the league for 7 years. The reason why I'm doing the 7 versus 7 comparison is because this is the year he really wanted to win the championship. I mean, he wanted to win it last year, in his 6th year to, one up Michael Jordan, meaning win a ring 1 year before Jordan. But this year, he really wanted to do it because he felt he had the team, he was good enough, and then they could beat everybody. So what happened is we made some moves this year to pick up players that would beat the Orlando Magic. I mean, the bottom line is we built the team to beat the Orlando Magic because that's who beat us, and rightfully so. We should do that. But it didn't happen. We didn't know that we're going to come across a team like the Boston Celtics, and they came out and they beat us. Fair and square. I'm not going to make no excuses about his elbow. I'm not going to make no excuses about Game 5 or whether or not his mind was into it because of all these different rumors that's going on. I don't know if you guys heard about different rumors. They got a rumor right now that they're saying, I'm not here to say it's true or nothing, but there's a rumor saying that Delonte West has been sleeping with LeBron James' mom. Whether that's real or not, I don't know. I don't get into stuff like that. But a lot of people have a lot of conspiracy theories. A lot of people say he tanked Game 5 and Game 6 and things like that because he knows he's going to be out of Cleveland. He doesn't like Mike Brown and all these different things. Listen, the bottom line is, you're an NBA player, LeBron James. You're the best player in the world, and I know you wouldn't do something like that. So I'm not even going to get into that. But like I said, the first 7 years of Michael Jordan's career, a lot of ups and downs. Same with LeBron James. He's pretty much won everything. 2-time MVP, scoring champ, All-Star Game MVPs. Didn't win a slam dunk competition because he didn't get into it. bailed out, right before it started. I would like to see him get into it. He's won individual awards just like Michael Jordan, everything. All first team defense, all these different things. Except one thing Jordan won that Jordan won that LeBron James didn't win, and that was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1987-88, which in my opinion, any player that didn't win the championship, that was the best individual season for any NBA player that didn't win the championship, or maybe somebody that did win the championship. I mean, Michael Jordan in 87-88 not only won the most valuable player, he was the most valuable player in the league. He led the league in steals. He had over 100 blocks. He was the Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. All right, All-Star Game MVP, which was in Chicago. Slam Dunk Competition MVP, which was in Chicago. I mean, the guy won everything. And there would never be somebody that will have all those accolades in one season without winning a championship, in my opinion. But back to LeBron James. This is, like I said, this is his 7th year. His 7th year is a lot different than Michael Jordan's. Michael Jordan didn't come into the year expecting to win the championship, or not expecting, but was favored to win the championship. They were a contender, and they thought maybe they can come out the East, but a lot of people still think the Pistons might be able to beat them because, like a lot of people thought, that Michael Jordan was a one-man team, and that one guy can't beat 5. But Michael Jordan obviously proved them wrong. LeBron James' team's expectation was a little bit different his 7th year. Not only did LeBron James' team had the best record in the NBA, a lot of people felt that the moves that they made with Antoine Jameson coming in, picking up Shaq in the offseason, picking up Anthony Parker at the 2 guard, picking up Jamario Moon, picking up Leon Poole, all these moves that we made, we felt like a lot of people felt like not only could they beat the Orlando Magic, but they could contend with the Lakers. Me personally, I was still doubting about the Orlando Magic. I didn't know if that was enough to beat the Orlando Magic. And even if we did get by the Magic, I honestly didn't think that the Cleveland Cavaliers could beat the Kobe-led Lakers. I mean, they're just too big, too long, and everything else. And we definitely would have got exposed worse in that series against the Lakers. We would have played them versus, the Boston Celtics. So, now LeBron James had up to that point, in his 3rd year in the league. That was his first time he went to the playoffs, like I said before. He had a lot of success individually. He went to the 2nd round loss. 4th year, he had a lot of success. He went to the NBA Finals. 6th season, excuse me. Which was last year. I'm sorry, 6th season. No, the 07, the year after they went to the playoffs. Into the finals. 08, they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Boston Celtics in 7, which was an epic series. And then in 09, they lost again in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Orlando Magic, and then this year we lost in the 2nd round. So LeBron James individually has definitely come through in the playoffs. I mean, he has multiple triple-doubles, multiple scoring outbursts. He had a big game against the Pistons. His Pistons game in 06 is going down as one of the greatest playoff games of all time. He scored, I believe it was 25 straight points and 29 of his last 30 team points and to win the game in Detroit. I mean, he just took over the game by himself. So there's never been a performance like that, except maybe Michael Jordan in '63 against the Boston Celtics. And so, they're very comparable as far as statistics and points per game and rebounds and assists and first 7 years and the accolades and things like that. But I think unfairly, LeBron James has been compared to Michael Jordan because the people have put LeBron on the pedestal and given him something before he earned it. I'm not saying he doesn't earn the right to have people talk about him that way, but people are giving him things that, he hasn't earned yet. I mean, they're calling him King James. I understand the biblical thing with the King James, but, the king to me right now is Kobe Bryant. I mean, the king is the person that's got the championship, and Michael Jordan became the king in the NBA in 1991 when he not only got the torch from Magic Johnson himself, he snatched the torch from Magic Johnson. So, Magic Johnson says it best, Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time. I agree with that. I believe that LeBron James has the chance to be the greatest player of all time. But, if he works hard at it, and Michael Jordan does. So, part 3 is coming up. I'm going to talk about the difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James as far as their work ethic and things like that, and how the errors are a little